Hey, YouTube family, welcome back to the Whitney with Wisdom podcast. I am your host, Whitney, and I am back with the wisdom. So, I just wanted to talk a little bit about something that's really important to my heart and something that really helped me progress in life and stuff. So, first, I want to say that I'm happy that you were able to make it to this video. You're breathing, you're alive, you're well. Those are all blessings. Um, this video is about stop giving it your power. And what I mean by that is sometimes you have to analyze, like, what are you thinking about every day? Is it benefiting you or is it tormenting you? And don't get me wrong, sometimes we can torment ourselves by constantly giving something power. And you can simply give stuff power just by constantly thinking about it, dwelling on it, calling and talking to people about it. It's kind of like, excuse me, you guys. My throat is kind of, pollen season right now. But anyways, sometimes something can happen to us, right? And we can like dwell on it, talk about it, and everybody we come by, we telling them the story, and sometimes we'll actually call people or text people just to be like, what happened to me, blah 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 blah. And I used to do this to myself too, and I'm still working on it. A lot of these videos are things that I either just overcame or still working on. So I used to like call people a lot and talk about, oh, what happened to me, and tell people, like, literally get off the phone with one person, call the next person, like go down the line, call everybody and tell them the same story, not realizing that every time I told that story that I claimed that I didn't want to have, that experience or that story, I didn't realize every time I told that story, I gave it power. Like, literally, every time I told that story, I would get more and more angry. And then, not only that, you know, the people you telling, they may not mean no harm, but they might be like, oh my gosh, girl, or man, oh my gosh, that happened to you. They did that to you. Oh my gosh, that's crazy. You don't deserve that, and they shouldn't have did that to you. Which may be true, and they're coming with good intentions, but at the same time, it's just adding fuel to the fire, basically. Like, you gotta sit back and think to yourself, like, me telling this story, like, what do I get out of this? And just like I said, I'm very spiritual, so I've even had to ask myself sometimes, what does God get out of this? Like, do He get any glory out of me telling this story a million times? And the answer is no. Like, you don't do any justice telling the same horrible story over and over. Nor do you give God the glory by telling a bad story over and over. Um, and also, not only that, like, whenever you I really hope my phone recorded all of this because my battery is going dead. Um, going further, like when you get over something, um, you can be like personally over it, right? But after you told like the whole world about it, it's like people are gonna keep reminding you about it and everything. So basically, you like stuck in that reality kind of thing. And it's really just not worth it. Like, I had to really realize that, like, telling the same bad story over and over, it don't do nobody no justice. And when you over it, you still gonna have to relive it because it's gonna be somebody who be like, remember when you told me this and that happened to you? Oh my gosh, and this and that and third. Moral of the story, um, I just want to say stop giving stuff your power. Stop thinking about stuff on and on. Stop telling the same bad stories. You know, no, you didn't deserve that. But at the same time, you don't want that to be your identity when people see you or talk to you. Um, when people look at you like you crazy, one day they could speak one day and look happy. The next day they looking at you like you got two heads. You can't give none of that stuff power. Like, you can't keep on thinking about it, thinking about it, thinking about it, trying to figure stuff out. Like, one thing that my grandma uh, told me before she left here, she told me something really wise, and it stuck with me. She was like, if something don't make sense, don't try to make it make sense. Meaning, if you're confused, like if somebody confusing you with how they acting, or like you just can't put your finger on what's going on with such and such, like then you're not supposed to know what's going on with such and such. Like, okay, my phone is really about to go dead, but yeah, I just wanted to pop on here and just give somebody encouragement to stop giving stuff your power, stop dwelling on stuff. If something don't make sense, leave it alone. The people that are for you will be there, and they will be there and add no sorrow. Um, the thing that's for you, the job that's for you, the career that's for you, the man or woman that's for you, you won't have to sit there and hurt your head and think all day long. It'll just be, and it won't add any sorrow because just like God said, like, the things that He have for us won't add any sorrow. So if you have something that's making your head spin, you got to constantly figure out this, figure out that, just leave it alone and live your life. Be thankful and grateful for the things that you are clear on, that do appreciate you, the people who appreciate you, um, the things you do that actually help you, and think about more positive stuff. Like, when you get that negative thought, just like, and it's hard at first, and I'm still working on this, but when you get negative thoughts, just think about something positive and dwell on that. You know, our minds are going to run. That's what they're here to do. But we can tell our minds what to be thinking each day. And at first, it might be a battle, but it'll get easier and easier because at the end of the day, we are in control of our bodies and